There are quite a few areas. Highway maintenance, not the road, not the reconstruction that because we're still in a very aggressive reconstruction mode, but the reconstruction doesn't cover pothole repair. So highway maintenance was cut, sand for winter sanding was cut, salt was cut, the legal line was cut. For unfortunately, people sue the town of Bethel for whatever reason, and we have to respond. One of the biggest things was the paramedic program. The paramedic program is subsidized by the taxpayers, and it has to be. And it's kind of a floating subsidy. We don't really know every year how much shortfall there's going to be when an ambulance goes out on a call and there's a paramedic assigned to that. The paramedic doesn't go with every call, but with some of them there are. There's a billing that's triggered that goes to the patient's insurance company, but sometimes the insurance companies don't pay. The rules of Medicare and Medicaid pay at different amounts, and they don't pay at 100%. So we try to budget enough money in that line so that if we don't get all the reimbursements that are owed the town, that we don't get hurt. Now, that line got cut last year in the 3 budget defeats, and unfortunately, the subsidies went way up. So that's something that's going to be overspent this year. The subsidy, the taxpayers' share of the paramedic program is going to exceed $300,000 this year. So, we should be budgeting enough to cover that because you don't really know, is that subsidy going to be 150,000, 200,000, 250? Actually, because of changes in the healthcare business, that's going up quite a bit. The other things that happened, there were some legal expenses. Companies take the town of Bethel to court and they challenge their tax assessment. Go figure. That's something that some of the big companies do, and we have to defend ourselves from that. So with all these things, and obviously we had a terrible winter. Sand and salt and road repair were off the charts in terms of the expenditures. When the Board of Finance cut those last year, they were hoping and praying for an easy winter like we had 4 years ago, and that didn't happen. So all of those overages have to come out of something else. And most of it comes out of road and building maintenance because everything else is not flexible enough to take money out of. So it's really one of the reasons why we went forward with the budget proposal that we did initially this year, is that we're trying to put some more responsible numbers into those areas and keep them from being overspent again.